I didn't think I was going to have to do another video again involving Iryna Zarutska, after I felt like I got everything out that I needed to say about this situation. But here I am talking about it here about 2 months later, over 2 months later. It's crazy how fast time flies. But I saw this post on Twitter and I said to myself, they cannot be more fake outraged than they are when it comes to this situation. So of course we all know what happened to this woman back in August. I don't have to really rehash everything like that. But what really pisses me off is how they're using the death of this woman to spark fake outrage, or at the very most create dog whistles in order for people to go out there and try to possibly harm black people that had nothing to do with what happened to her. It's amazing how they will use situations like these to try to get people to go after black people. And the thing about it is, many people who post stuff like this won't even lift a finger to fight black people in a fruit fight. So they get online, they say things like this in hopes that someone goes out there and they do something just so they can have something more to talk about. So this person's name is Germania on Twitter, and they made this post, and it says, "I don't think you understand the level of radicalization this has caused within me. I will never be the same person after watching this video. We do not have to live this way." So this was posted on November 13th, 2025. I want you to keep that date in mind because that's going to go into the plot twist that I have when it comes to this particular commentary. So you have this individual that posted up the picture of Iryna Zarutska in her last moments of her life while she's on the train, and it was a very crazy sight to see. And they're talking about how this radicalized them. The imagery of seeing this black man who's clearly a diagnosed schizophrenic take this woman's life on the train for whatever reason. And then of course, they got even more upset because they saw the other black people on the train saying that they didn't, or the public transport saying that they didn't help her, and how upset that made them, and that made them even more upset and more pissed. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, y'all are not as pissed as you claim to be. You're only mad because of the optics itself. Now, had this had been a white person that did this to her, y'all would not have been that outraged, and they can't say that they wouldn't be, because we have seen so many instances of white on white crime, and they didn't say that radicalized them. Maybe outside of what happened with Charlie Kirk, because I saw some posts say the same exact things with that. But we know that if it was a person who was not white, but especially if they was black, they would have been even more on the hunt when it came to that situation right there. But I see posts like these, and all I'm doing is just shaking my head and just secondhand embarrassment, because I'm like, y'all say that you're radicalized by this, but this happened back in the end of August. It is now it's pretty much, by the time y'all see this video, it'll be like the beginning of December, and y'all are just now getting outraged and pissed off by something that one person did, and now you want to indict the whole black community behind it. Really, that's what it all boils down to. They want to do this as a way to go at the community as a whole, because this is their way of, I guess you could say, sticking it to us without actually coming at us. It's just amazing to me. And then it's on top of that, if they were so outraged like they claim they were, instead of getting online and saying how mad you were, why didn't y'all go out there and say, I don't know, do a protest? Oh, we know why, because y'all say, we know what y'all say when it comes to protesting. Y'all say that's the leftist thing to do and all this, that, and the third. But y'all want to make y'all voices be heard, but doing it online isn't doing anything. I mean, look at all those individuals who think that they can win elections online, which is the most dumbest thing ever. You thinking that you can get a political seat by campaigning online. Granted, you can campaign online, but people actually also have to go out into the community and talk to the people. You actually have to be in their faces so they can go to the polls, because you can't vote online. You got to actually get up off your ass and go to a polling site and vote for that person. And then they wonder why they lose by landslides. CJ Pearson, I'm looking at you especially. So I thought that this was like, okay, a pointless post made by this individual. But remember what I said, put a pin in the date that this post was made, November 13th, 2025? Well, this is the reason why. So you see this post right here. Now, this Matt Van Swole person I've actually talked about on my channel recently when it was in that video when it was talking about how the usual suspects don't know the difference between race and ethnicity. Well, if you look at this post right here, it's dated September 9th, 2025, which was the day before what happened with Charlie Kirk. And this is when the usual suspects was still going in heavy on Iryna Zarutska because it was fresh. It happened like a week ago. Before the next day, then they stopped talking about it and went straight into Charlie Kirk. So that's why I said their outrage about this isn't real, because even though granted that took over the news with Charlie Kirk, they should have still been talking about this, but they dropped this like a bad habit and now they want to pick it back up. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the date. And look at the post. It says, "I don't think you understand the level of radicalization that has caused within me. I will never be the same person after watching this video. We do not have to live this way." In that picture. So when you look at that, in the picture that I just went over from that Germania person, all that Germania person really did was copy and paste what Matt posted back in September and reposted it on November 13th and as their own post. I mean, word for word, all the way down to the same exact picture. Even the way it was structured was written the exact same. So basically all they did is they went, found this tweet, copied and pasted it the same exact way. They might as well have gone ahead and I don't know why they just didn't repost it. You know, that would have been a whole lot easier, but they wanted it to come off as if they wrote it. I was getting ready to ask, is this Matt's burner account? That was the next question I had. Is Matt running that Germania account? Because that is absolutely crazy. And if you notice, like I said, when it comes to Twitter, all you have to do, if you look at some of the words are bolded, all you have to do is type in certain keywords and it'll link you right back to certain posts that someone made a while ago. And then it's like, oh, okay, because I think that's probably how this person ended up finding this post, because someone found it and reposted and said, you just literally copied and pasted the same post. And I realize a lot of those right-leaning individuals do that a lot. They do it with her. They definitely do it with Charlie Kirk, where they would go and find posts that got a lot of traction. They'll copy it and paste it as their own. And like, it's like a wash, rinse, repeat. And then you want people to feel outraged by it. And it's crazy because when you look at the comments underneath that Germania post, you had people up there commenting on it, not realizing this person literally copied and pasted the same exact post this one did. I think I only found one person that was able to find out that they copied and pasted this post as their own, and I think they were the ones that posted this, and that's how I found this screenshot that you see right now. So that's why I said I cannot take their so-called outrage seriously, because they don't take it seriously. They don't care that about this woman. They didn't even know her. And the crazy part about it is, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe her own family said to not turn this into a political thing or turn this in or try to spin this into whatever, but they could care less. Once their mind is made up, they're going to do whatever it is they want to do, despite what the family's wishes are, because they don't care about the family, just like they didn't care about the victim. And they're going to continue to do it over and over and over again, because these people are wicked. And if they would do this to their own, you already know what they'll do to somebody else. So I'm not surprised that this person did what they did. They have no intentions of using good moral, because they have none. This is just who they are.